Welcome back, everyone. It's been quite some time, I know, but we're back finally. We're back. We have not been slack. We've been kind of busy. I'm gonna show you guys around, see if you guys see what's different. Can't really tell. Let me hang on. So anyway, we're coming out. We're leaving out of the garage here, and all that used to be over here. So more or less, we have since moved everything over here. This, for those of you who ever wondered or even care, this is an old citrus fruit washer. It's probably homemade, but whenever my dad bought the place here, it came with it. But basically, there's a little track back here. It's not hooked up yet, but it takes oranges so many at a time up here, dumps them over, takes them through, washes them, rinses them. This here is wax, puts a little wax on it, and then they go through a dryer and a fan, and they come down here and grade out different sizes. They come off this here. But anyhow, we had, since that was over here, and that cooler, the standalone cooler, was back in the corner here, obviously. But we have since reorganized, so we've been busy cleaning up, cleaning out, trying to make more room. Future plans are over here. We should be able to drop this down, because I don't know if you can see, the foundation does go kind of way down over there. And what I'd like to do is dig this down, fill that back in over there, obviously, and then pour a slab, maybe put a 2-post lift, a paint booth over there, whatever. But that's down the road. But today I'm gonna try to get this trailer done. Ethan's here. We'll show you what he bought a new toy. We'll have to show you that in here shortly. But anyhow, he's working on stuff today. He's working on painting his 200. We're getting back to that. We have a lot of things going on. I have a lot of stuff for you guys to catch up on, but it's going to take some time for me to tell you everything. So I'm just going to kind of get to work here, and as I find stuff that I remember to say, we're going to talk about it. But anyhow, we were down here a minute ago and seeing how this whole mechanism is going to go together. And for those of you who are wondering, this is a power hoist. That's who makes them, or that's who makes it. That's the model, and it's a power hoist 520. So that's the model for anybody wondering. I don't remember exactly where he got it from, so I can't really necessarily send you the link, but you can look it up and find this same one. So anyhow, but it's gonna go obviously not like that, but it's gonna go back this way, and this here top piece sits right up into the inside of the dump frame. So therefore, that whole thing's got to be up. This here welds, I don't know if you can see that, but that there will weld directly into the bottom of the bed, or the frame rails. So yeah, that's my goal today, is to figure that out and get that working if I can, and see what we can get accomplished today. So anyhow, I know it's been a while, guys, and I know we have left you kind of hanging and everything. And oh yeah, just want to say, I know I'm way late on this, but just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you guys had an awesome time with friends and family and all that, and hope everybody stayed safe. But yeah, like I said, I know I'm way late, but just thank you all for the wishes, and right back at you and whatnot. So we're gonna get started here. I don't know what we're going to do today. If you can't tell, it's really windy out today. I mean, every now and then you get a gust of probably 20, 30 mile-an-hour winds. So I'm going to try my best to not make poopy welds. And also, we got this. This is the jack we're going to go with in the front. This is a 12,000 pound jack right there. And at the end, we are going to have one jack on each corner, so that way, more or less stabilizers if he winds up putting a lift over here to put on it. But we'll get into that later. So let's get to work. All right, so we've got it mocked up in here where it's going to go. I don't know why this back plate is on here. It doesn't make any sense to me, but anyway, I want to bring it back as far as I can. Right now, if you look at this, the axles are not flexed. There's no weight on them, but I've got it to where the front of the tongue is down, and we've still got clearance between there. This is where it's going to sit, more or less. But I'm gonna cut this off here a little bit so I can bring it back another couple inches, because there's no there's no design. It doesn't do anything other than, yeah, I don't understand why it's there. Maybe you route cables through if you're coming from the back end. I don't know, but anyhow, I'm gonna cut it back so I can move a little back a little bit further. But even with the weight on it, I think it will be plenty fine with that gap there. That's not gonna. I think it'll be fine, because it's never gonna be this low. It's never. The tongue is all the way down, so it's maxed out that way. But if we bring it back a little more, I think we'll have more than enough room. So that's the plan with that. And I know you guys, some of you are telling me that the axles are back too far, blah blah blah, tongue's too long, blah blah blah, whatever. It may be. I don't think it is by any means. If you're pulling it with an S10, yes, the tongue is definitely way too long. But this is custom built for a truck, so therefore it's going to be pulled behind a 3500 Dodge every day. So that's that. But anyhow, the trailer does still extend another foot and a half behind here, so it's going to look a little different right now than it will be when it's done. But nonetheless, let's get back to work. Okay everyone, so it's been quite some time. It's the next day since we last chatted. So I've just been kind of doing a little of this, a little of that. Haven't really, it's been kind of an awkward day, awkward video, I guess, more to say there. But anyhow, we've got some stuff done, we've got it laid out, and we're on the right track. There's just some stuff that I want to think about a little while before I commit to them. This here, I originally put it up here a little bit. I cut it apart, moved it back a little bit, because I actually welded it and then realized after the fact. But anyhow, that is now, I cut that off. There's clearance there. I'm gonna have to build a little, just a rest for that to sit on when it's down. But right now where it's sitting, so this is below, obviously, right here. And then this here, there's gap there, because the floor will sit right on top here. But that's sitting in there, we have gap there, and then that's about the same height as this over here. So we have plenty of clearance there. We shouldn't have to worry about anything hitting there or anything. But like I said, I got to make a little trough for that back end to sit in, because once you take the boards out, it just wants to fall. But I got this in here, more or less an I-beam, just a couple pieces of channel butted together. Probably run a support from here to the front whenever I put another brace in here or something, just kind of stiffen all that up. I'm going to gusset. I cut this one short and I was going to add gussets anyway, so I'm like, oh well, I'll just use it. But yeah, I'm going to wind up putting some gussets in here and all around on both sides. So up here, as you can see, we got the jack put in here. I was going to use some 6-inch channel, but I wanted to notch it out to, you know, to go up here so I could get some vertical welds on it like this over here. But then I wouldn't have, if I notched it out to run it here, I'd have to cut out. And anyhow, more or less I use this so that way I can still run a channel through here, or run a way to run my wiring back. But I'm going to wind up putting some plate probably all across this just to make everything clean and tidy, and then we'll run our wiring underneath and then come up here somewhere for our trailer hookup. And then we'll probably build the toolbox from here back a little ways, maybe like a 3 foot toolbox across, big enough to house whatever, and the pump and whatnot, and so on and so forth. But yeah, the only thing I'm just kind of questionable about, obviously we should have a lot more bracing to put in the actual dump bed itself, but I don't know if I like how this turned out or not. I think these are made to more or less be notched out in here, like you notch the frame out and they recess back in there and whatnot. But so I may do that, but then at the same time I don't really want to. I don't know, if I leave them, I just don't like how they're designed the way I used them. They work well, but anyhow, I'm just kind of debating if I want to do something different with them. And I'll wind up running an extra brace, like doubling this outside up probably, and then that way it has more to sit on here. And obviously we're going to put a bunch of crossing in this way here, behind it, every which way, and then once we throw the floor on, it's just going to stiffen everything up. It's going to make it good. So we're moving along, we're making progress, not like we wanted to, but at least it's something. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do much more tonight. I'm just kind of thinking, making sure I'm not skipping a step that I need to do in order to make this thing work properly. So I'm probably just going to leave you guys with this, because we need to talk about a few things. And first off, the giveaway winners. I'm going to pick the giveaway winners next video, so be looking for that. Next video should be very shortly after this. We're trying to get back in the swing of things. Like I said, we've been cleaning up the shop, just trying to get everything cleaned up. But we need to get back to work, get this thing done, because we have plenty of other projects to be working on. So yeah, we need to get this done. But yeah, giveaway winners we'll choose in the next video. So that'll be like probably the first thing of the next video. Another giveaway coming up, I believe. Stay tuned for more details on that. What else? Also, I've been having kind of technical difficulties with the website. I sent out an email to some of you who may or may not have messaged me about getting stuff made and stuff like that. And I replied, but it just never went through. And then once I realized that, I got it set up now where if you guys need anything or whatever, just go to the website. my email is down below, and then there's also next when we do another giveaway, we're gonna try to do it different on the website. Maybe, I don't really know. But anyhow, my email's on there. If you guys need anything, send me whatever business related. Let me know down below. It's on the website. I'll put it on the screen here as well. And as far as that goes, I apologize if I didn't get to your questions. Just send me an email. Yeah, because I realized I might have missed more than I realized. So anyhow, I apologize for that. We're trying to get it back together and working smoothly. But anyhow, so that's that. Also, if you haven't noticed on the website, we kind of have partnered up with Infamous Fab. We're offering their 4-link kit and panhard bar and pretty much anything else. They're the same price as if you would buy it from them. It's coming from them, but what I'm trying to say is it's the same price. It just if you buy one from me, it just helps the channel out a little bit, and that's all good news there. So check it out. The 4-link like we used on the 2nd gen project and the Welding rig project, that's on the website. You can go check them out. And if you guys need a custom bag bracket built, you know, I can make it for you, so on and so forth. But anyhow, that's kind of some stuff. I know there's a lot more things I need to address, but I can't even think of them right now. So anyhow, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna try to keep it short and sweet. I don't even know what this video is because it's kind of been all over the place, but nonetheless, we did get something accomplished. And also, Ethan's machine is looking better. Like I said, I think I mentioned we got to get some more parts, but got his frame raptored, looking pretty good. So anyhow, thanks for watching. I know I've been talking a lot, but thank you everyone. Thanks for the support, and have an awesome day, awesome night, whatever time you're watching this. So thanks guys, we'll see you on the next one.